Time to get those creative juices flowing. Young people in Upper Lake Melville are invited to an art slam at the Labrador Friendship Center tonight from 8 to 11. What is an art slam, you ask? Well, it is a get-together where you can paint, draw, play music, tag a graffiti wall, practice your stand-up comedy, dance. You get the idea. The event is organized by the Sexual Health Information Exchange Labrador District, or SHIELD for short. Denise Cole is the SHIELD coordinator, and 16-year-old Michaela Cabot is on the advisory committee. I spoke to them both at the Friendship Center. The first voice you'll hear is Denise.
This was actually a name that came up around our planning table to call it an art slam, because now we have like poetry slams and things like that. So it's really, it's just going to be a cool and open space where we'll have art tables. So literally you can paint art on the tables and we can draw or have any of our, like we have lead crayons here and markers. We're also going to have a graffiti wall where we can just, young people can design whatever they like. And we're also going to have sort of an open mic segment, so it's not a sign-up, so it's really relaxed. Just come, and if it hits you to get up and share something, then, bring your guitar or bring your instruments with you, or if it's like poetry or storytelling or you want to come and dance, we'll clear out a space. Like we have just a really cool, easygoing evening planned, and food and coffee, so yeah.
Michaela, you're on the advisory committee, so tell me why you wanted to get involved in something like this, and specifically why you think young people like yourself might want to come to an art slam.
Well, the SHIELD program and the art slam are very centric into things I'm interested in, such as art and music. And I figured that this would be a good opportunity to get involved with my community and to inspire the youth around my age to get involved as well, to go out and do something, to embrace what they like and what is available to them. And it's just really fun being on the advisory committee. It's really fun.
So tell me about some of the activities that you're most looking forward to on Friday night.
Oh man, the open mic is very interesting because I'd love to see who gets up and performs during the night.
Are you going to perform?
Possibly, yes.
What do you do? Do you play an instrument?
I play the saxophone.
You play the saxophone?
Yes.
How many opportunities do you get to get out with your friends and do something like this?
Not very many. There's not very many things that go on in the community that you can just bring your friends to that's not like sports related or anything like that, because there's just not very much in terms of art, and a lot of my friends are not interested in like the whole sports thing, so it's hard to get them out in a way that doesn't involve things that we're not interested in.
So you could go to like a hockey game, or you could go to, sit in Tim Hortons or something like that. Yes. But if you want to do something like this, like create something together,
yes.
What are your options?
There's not very many options like this where you get to create something, you get to express yourself, because most youth just sit around like Tim Hortons, they go out, they do whatever, but they don't get a chance to just sit down and do everything that they want to do. Yeah. Color or paint or do anything that involves this sort of thing.
Denise, tell me a little bit about, how an art slam fits into, what you're trying to do with the SHIELD project, because I know you do have some pamphlets, some information, and some condoms and things like that you can give out. So tell me how it all relates.
Well, I think that a lot of times as adults, we sort of, we want to approach talking about health and talking about, safe sex or just talking about anything. And from a youth perspective, the best way for us to do that is we need to build relationships and we need to build trust. And we need to, tap into things that young people are interested in. And once we have that relationship growing, well, now we can start to share and talk. And a big thing that we've learned, not just through research, but I spent a fair amount of time in the high school before June, and there was a lot of talk about like being able to express yourself using art and all different forms of art. And art is just so multifaceted. It could be dance, it could be poetry, it could be writing, it could be painting, it could be music. It could be that you like to make mini documentaries, or you like to, create music on your iPhone. And we're seeing all that. And there's a lot of teens who are doing that already. So it was about how can we learn together and get back to sort of an intergenerational skill sharing that opens up what I keep sort of saying. It helps us make these uncomfortable conversations way more comfortable. And that's what's been happening just naturally as youth have been connecting with me and through the project. So when we talk about sexual health, I don't have to go into a classroom and talk about all of the fears of sexually transmitted infections or all of these things, because young people are very educated, and we can sit down and have a conversation about, sex positivity, or about what does it mean, what does safe sex mean to you. But this event tonight or on Friday is really just about, let's get together and hang out and get to know each other a little bit better than what we do right now. Like, I can't expect young people to listen to me or want to talk with me if I just sort of come in really heavy as a teacher. That's not what I am. I'm here to learn just as much as they are.
And so there's no lectures or anything like that on Friday night. You've got some information that they can pick up if they wish.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, no, there will be no anything. Unless you've got to get up and sort of school us on some things, they are more than welcome to do that, because we will have a few, adult role models or people who have been helping out with the planning and with the project. And a lot of young adults who are getting involved, too, who want to bring their guitars. And, I'd like to bring my drum. And so it's a chance for us to be able to relax, too. Yeah. But, no presentations, no lectures. The information that's there is free for people to take if they wish.
Michaela, you talked about being on the advisory committee. Sometimes people think, teenagers don't care about anything. They don't do anything. They just hang out. Is that wrong? Do we have that wrong?
Not a lot of people think that being on the advisory committee is something that's going to interest them. It's not going to be something that's fun or something that catches their interest. But actually, there were a lot of youth that signed up to join the SHIELD advisory committee, and myself being one of them. The SHIELD program is something that that can easily catch the attention of teenagers, because it's very relaxed. It's not something that's forced on them. It's something that they have the control over, and that the youth can have fun with, do whatever they want with, make it their own. Mm-hmm. So being on the advisory committee gives the youth a voice, and I think that's very important for a program that mainly focuses on youth. A lot of people say that youth don't really voice their opinions very often, but with something that's centered on teenagers as a demographic, the youth need to have a voice in it so that we know what to do, pretty much. And
Denise is talking about, just kind of listening from young people and learning from young people, and not trying to school you or anybody else, but, just hearing what you want, what you're interested in, and I guess what the needs of the community are. So how unusual is that to have adults coming and saying, I'm not going to tell you, you tell me?
It's very unusual. I mean, when you sit in the classroom for about 8 hours a day, with people telling you what to do, it's very refreshing to have something where you can say, okay, this is what I want and this is how I want to do it. Yeah. It actually gives you the ability to customize the experience, to express your own views. And I think that's very important, because it lets youth know that, hey, you can be independent, you can be creative, you could do whatever you want, because this is your project.
Michaela Cabot is on the SHIELD Advisory Committee, and Denise Cole is the SHIELD Coordinator. The Art Slam is tonight at the Labrador Friendship Center from 8 to 11, and it is for young people. Now, the organizers say they're leaving age limits up to parents, so if you think your child is old enough to come out at that hour, then they are welcome. And that's our show for Friday, August 17th. You can find us on the podcast app on your smartphone or tablet, or on the CBC radio app. And don't forget to tune in live, online, or over the air, weekdays from 6 to 8:30, half an hour later south of Black Tickle.